I'm your host, Davida Shinsky, and the title of this program is Live With It, Limits, Dreams Come True. And today's show is titled, What Do You Really Want Out of Life? One of the most common questions among mankind is, what is my purpose? It's also quite likely one of the most difficult questions most people have to answer. Many of us feel pressured to have some grand purpose and lend or tend to think about it in terms of logical and analytical mind. But what about our feelings, our creativity? Are we out just to make a lot of money, or do we actually want to enjoy our day-to-day work? Most people at their very core desire to experience peace and love. Sure, people say they want a good job to make a decent money so they can do this or that. But behind it all, that is their need to feel peace and security. If they feel at peace, they will be more apt to feel love toward themselves and others. Humanity yearns for peace, but tends to reach for it in measures that get them off the road to peace, on the road to anxiety and, and stress. In fact, the United States is one of the most stressed out cultures on the planet. Anti-anxiety and antidepressant medications are at the hands of millions because of the anxious state of society. That's not enough money in the bank to pay bills. There is no great health insurance. There's fear of COVID. The pain is unbearable. The addiction rate is increasing, and people are tired, sad, and apathetic. Not everyone, of course, but far too many. So, what do you want? I've asked myself this question a lot over the years. I usually end up saying more money or a successful career, but the last few years I've been saying peace. I just want peace. Yes, I need to make a living, and yes, I want a career I love, but first and foremost, I want peace. These external things will not give me the peace that I desire. Get quiet. Peace means quiet. If we all want peace, why in the world is there so much commotion all the time? There's not only external noise, but seemingly incessant internal thoughts and noise as well. If you want peace, learn the art of getting quiet. Sitting quietly with yourself is a great way to just start listening to your own thoughts and letting them wash over you without an agenda. Many people consider this a form of meditation. The practice of meditation has become ever more important, and according to thegoodbody.com, the number of people practicing meditation in the United States has tripled since 2012. Basic meditation is simply you sitting in silence, focusing on your breath. It is there, in that secret place, that you will not only find what you want, but who you are. You may discover that infinite, amazing spirit that you truly are. and feel a peaceful river or joy and love flowing ever so smoothly through the entire being. If you want to try meditating but don't know how or where to start, check out the Beginner's Guide to Meditation video from Pickup Lines or read the article Unlock the Power of Meditation, live from the inside out. Well, let's look at some other things before we actually get into that. For one thing, if you were looking to, to grow and to look for ways to control your life, look for things that you can do that can get you at peace. And meditation is one of the best ways to get at peace. And why is meditation so important? Well, very simple. It gets you in touch with your inner self because we don't realize, we don't think about how that other part of ourselves really changes. So, live from the inside out. When thinking about how to live your life and asking yourself the hard questions, keep conscious of the fact that you can live your life from the inside out. When you do, your heart and mind will align, and the result can be a life full of peace and joy despite outward circumstances. If you're not into meditation, that's fine. You can contemplate, pray, or just sit in silence. Getting out into nature helps many people get better in touch with themselves. Haven't you ever seen the same beautiful landscape and peace just swept over you? In those moments, you weren't worried about anything. You were just basking in the wonderful glory of creation. Many times, if you go into a park or a really great place, what are you doing? You're actually just looking for peace. And when you go to an art show, what happens when you look at landscapes? And you see where there's a picture of this, a big oak tree, and you're sitting under there just within yourself, and you're oblivious to what's going on around you. That is how you find your inner peace. If you're not into meditation, that's fine. You can contemplate, pray, or just sit in silence. Getting out into nature helps many people get better in touch with their true selves. Haven't you ever seen some beautiful landscape and peace just swept over you? In those moments, you weren't worried about anything, that you were just basking in the wonderful glory of the creation. The more we can bask in those types of feelings, the more at peace we will feel. Even if you don't know exactly what you want out of life, if you simply know that you desire and experience as much peace as possible, that's a good start. Today, become mindful of the moments where you feel peace inside, even if it's just for the few seconds while you're getting your cat. Become mindful of the offer gratitude for it. You may be surprised at just how much more peace you feel throughout the days when you make this your practice. Jot things down in a journal. It's easy to get stuck in life or on autopilot. You just do the same things day in and day out. Think about beginning a daily practice of journaling and jotting down your dreams and goals. Consciously stir up your desires as to what you want out of life. All the things that we see were once just thought or a plan in someone's head. They had an idea and brought it to reality. You can do the same. Write down your thoughts, ideas, and goals and envision them coming true. It doesn't make much time. Get into the practice of this and watch how your life starts changing and observe how much more peace you feel along your journey. You're living life from the inside out. Believe it's possible. If you are not in the spot where you want to be in life, it's time to make some changes. I assume that you and things can change if you take the time to make some good goals and take steps towards achieving them. Now, what I'd also like to do is tell you about a 5-day challenge that I'm doing that's called Change Your Thoughts, Transform Your Life. And the 5 things we're going to cover on day 1 is the ways the unconscious thoughts affect communication and the laws of attraction. Because those unconscious thoughts are the things that you take in on a daily basis, but that you're not conscious of. So, you're constantly bombarded with thoughts that create feelings of stress, anxiety, worry, nervousness, and jealousy. So we will talk about that. Day 2, we're going to talk about toxic relationships and how they can affect your mental health. Then on day 3, we're going to talk about elements of the workplace culture. The 4th day, we talk about changing your mindset from success to from failure to success. And then on the last day, we're going to talk about where do you go from here. And if you're interested in attending, all you have to do is go to changeyourthoughtschallenge.com/join the challenge. And now, as you can see, when I'm sitting here, I tend to lean towards one side. Well, that's because I'm not balanced, or rather, I have a disability, and one side is very drawn up over the other. And so I tend to lean towards my stronger side as opposed to sitting straight up. And being aware of this has helped me to overcome many obstacles. And as the title of this program says, live without limits and your dreams will come true.